I want to ask you, though, about Tyson. When you got him into the building, and I know you managed to see him at the Senior Bowl and you liked him a lot and he was a priority free agent, but you specifically as a head coach, when did you know that he was more than just a good training camp story, that he had a legitimate shot to do something in the National Football League?
Yeah, you kind of felt that, probably week 2 of training camp. You could really feel him coming on and understanding the concepts of the offense and being able to operate, and have poise, and have his, the demeanor he had and the command he had in the huddle. And you can kind of feel that in training camp. So that's really when we started noticing it.
Usually rookies are just ignored by veterans, Coach. This kid seems to have commanded the attention of his teammates. How would you describe how his teammates have responded to him in a short period of time?
Just, we spend a lot of time on relationships in the off season, in the springtime and also during training camp. And you get a feel for guys, and you can certainly feel he exudes confidence. He exudes, poise, and he's a confident guy. He's not cocky, and he wants to get better every single day. And he just comes to work, and he's a true pro. And that's saying a lot for being a young guy.
So you saw it up close on Sunday. I'm sure you've seen it on film by now as well. Your thoughts on how he played yesterday?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. He was really operating the offense. He delivered the ball to the skill. He had 9 different targets, and it was good to see, and kept the chains moving. Did a nice job on 3rd down, and when we got in the scoring zone, did a really good job there as well. So, and most importantly, he protected the football. And that's the number one key and the number one stat. In football is to protect the football on offense and, take it away on defense.
Do you believe he will be capable going forward with whether it's just the Chargers game or it's more that he'll be able to push the ball downfield a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely do, see that going forward for sure. And again, every week's a different set of circumstances. You're playing a different scheme every week, a different set of defensive players that pose problems, on the edge or in the secondary. And again, we're going to work through that this week and put our best foot forward going forward here.
Coach, how was Luke's game plan different for Tyson versus maybe how he would organize the game plan for Justin?
Yeah, I just think it's really not that big of a difference. It's all within the scheme, of our offense. But I think you tailor make it. It's tailor made for the quarterback. And again, you saw some different things in there yesterday. And again, it's just all part of our offense, but just enhancing what the quarterback does well.
We saw a Bagent's dad walk by our set before the game at the pregame show. Have you met his dad as an arm wrestling champion? He's quite the personality.
I know he's got a great family, and he comes from good people, that's for sure. And he's an outstanding young man, and he's got really a heart of gold when you get to meet Tyson. And I know his family is just the same way.
I want to ask you about before the half. I thought it was a great game all around. I did not love, as a fan and someone who does the halftime show, what happened before the half. I thought it was very conservative, Coach, going into the half, not using the timeouts and allowing the offense to move down the field. If you had a do-over, would you use those timeouts right on that 3rd down play and stop the clock and have more time to try and score there?
On the 3rd down play, when he went out of bounds? Well, it was 3rd and 7. He went out of bounds.
It was you had a chance before the half. The clock ticked down from about 40-some seconds, and then the clock kept rolling till about 20-some seconds left. And then you guys got a new set of downs, and then you were forced then to use the Hail Mary before the half. And a lot of clock got chewed up there before the half. You guys played it conservatively.
Yeah, so on that drive, so what hurt us on the drive really was the penalty. So it was 1st and 10, right? We had 104, and then went to 2nd and 3, and that's when I called the timeout on that one. And then we got a penalty that put us behind the sticks at 2nd and 13 from the -32 with 53 seconds. So that's when we went to 3rd down, okay, got the 1st down, got a 15-yard completion, which is great. So we're back on track right there. And then from there, what we did was we did a good job of, 1st down at 19 seconds. So we had plenty of time right there, and we ended up taking a sack on the 2nd play. So really the 2 negative plays is what hurt us. We had plenty of time to get what we needed done there. So, with that. So the penalty and the sack is what hurt us on that drive.
So you don't regret not using a timeout sooner there.
Yeah, because what happens is, second down to third down, if you don't get that third down, then all of a sudden you're punting the ball away and you're going to give the opponent the ball with time and timeouts.
But your defense, and this is where, I just disagree. Your defense there, which you're calling, is doing so well. You're 1-5 at this point. You've allowed them only 3 points. Why not just take a chance and call the timeout? And if you do have to punt, you have confidence in your defense.
Yeah, I have utmost confidence in our defense, and that's the way we played the game right there. And it was a good decision on our part.
Speaking of your defense, last 3 games, Coach, you guys are allowing just 280 yards and 15 points per game, and you've taken the ball away 6 times. Is this a direct result of being more aggressive?
I think it's the guys coming together. The continuity of the defense, having our whole secondary back, and the guys, being able to play together for, this period of time. And, it's been, been a positive, and the guys are really working hard at the basics and fundamentals of ball, so, meaning working on your man coverage, working on your angles and zone coverage, working on your run defense, so the guys are really paying attention to the detail, and the coaches are really doing a good job of working that and drilling that during the week.
Would you say, though, that you as a defensive play caller have been more aggressive than maybe you have been in the past with different defenses?
Yeah, I think what you want to do is you want to highlight the skill of your players. So if a guy's good at blitzing, you need to blitz him more. And if a guy's good at man coverage, you need to put him in man coverage, and really just trying to really enhance and really look at the skill of our defense and where we are as a defense. And again, certainly we've been aggressive, and we're always going to be aggressive in our technique and certainly in our play calling.
Jalen Johnson had himself a game. The trade deadline is a week from tomorrow. He obviously is a free agent. Is Jalen Johnson a cornerstone player for you guys going forward?
I really love where Jalen is right now. He's done a really good job for us. He's last 2 years, he's been, at every training camp practice, worked his tail off to improve his skill and his technique. I think now he's really seeing the fruits of that labor. He's really worked himself in terms of being, getting more takeaways after practice, during practice. And again, he did a really good job yesterday.
Would you recommend to Ryan lock him up and keep him long term?
Like I said, I'm not in there with that, but I'm not going to talk about contracts and all those things. But I do love Jalen Johnson. He's done a wonderful job for us. He is our type of player, and we certainly look forward to finishing out this year and hopefully in the future get him to stay.
White sleeves next time, Coach?
Always white sleeves and white gloves.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Coach, can we circle back to the offense real quick as well? Can you give us an update on the status of Justin and where he's at?
Yeah, so he's doubtful for this week. There's really no change from last week. He's working with the trainers. He continues to progress, but he's just not there right now this week. So we'll see where it goes. He's going to be week to week.
Is there a concern that even when he may be cleared, that physically for a thumb on a throwing hand of a quarterback, it could be something that would irritate him or bother him for an extended period of time?
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's going to be week to week. So we'll evaluate it week to week, and we'll see where it is.
Coach, we appreciate it. Thanks so much, and good luck against the Chargers.
Yeah, thanks,
Okay.
Coach.
Thank you. All right.